Hi, everybody. My name's Elisa Flint, and I'm with the AgDrip program. And this video is going to go over a quick rundown of how to navigate the new Zentracloud website. So, this is Zentracloud version 2.0, and it's going to be a different web link to get to it. So, just so everybody knows, it's going to be app.zentracloud.io to get to the new website. And then if you have not already created a new login for the new version, do so now. And then just log in like normal, and you should be able to see everything um, with your sensor and weather station data. So, if you've logged in, typically what happens is it will probably spit you into your device list. So you can see right here, devices is highlighted on the left. And it's gonna, if you have multiple fields enrolled, if you have a weather station, it'll show just kind of a snapshot of everything here. And you'll see if you have um, any issues with any of your sensors, like here, this third sensor must have been unplugged or something happened to it. So we need to take a look at that. But all the other sensors on other loggers or weather stations look normal. So if you want to look at just some snapshot information from your sensor data, you just click on, you can either arrow down and it will kind of just show you its most current readings from within the last hour at the different depths. You'll have the depth here on the right, kind of in a grade text, and then the values here. And then if you want to look at more information, just click on that logger ID or that ID itself, and it will give you kind of some background information. And then here it will show you where it is in your field. And then down below that, it will map out. Typically, it's the last 7 days, but obviously, you can adjust that here on the top left of your graphs, and it will just map out all your water contents together, and then your matrix potential, your soil temp, if we're looking at your soil sensors, and your battery level and whatnot. So that's kind of what the device list will show you. And then I'm going to hit back here at the top left to get back to all of my devices. So that's what this part of the website will show you. If you go to setup, this is where you can either invite more people to see your data if you want to. You can also look at changing, you should be able to change, well, in theory, you should be able to change your units if you need to here in setup, and then go to units. And then I'm going to go out of that. And then we can also look at data, which I don't necessarily play around with much just because there's an easier way to look at information there. So typically, you can go to either Explore or Dashboards to look at any graphs that have been made. So these are graphs that have been made in the past, and then what will happen is you can save those graphs. You can click on them, and then it should show you the graphs there. And then if you wanted to, you can save these graphs to your dashboard, which if I go to dashboard, we'll see what we've got here. So you can kind of organize things in a certain way here on your dashboard. And as you can see, we've got Bill Butcher fields. We've got 3 charts here. We have 1 chart in the below the house, and so forth. So if I click on below the house, it's going to spit any charts that I've made and saved to this particular dashboard. So it kind of organizes it a little bit nicer than the previous version, and you get an idea of what it's showing you. And then here, when you're looking at your graphs, you can adjust the date range here at the top right to a certain range. If you want to look at something specific, you can just do the different options that they have listed. And if you need to zoom in, I think what you do is just, you should be able to click and drag it and somehow zoom in if you need to look at something close up. But play around with that and see if you can figure it out. If you need to edit a current chart that you have, go to these three vertical dots here at the top right, and then just go to edit. And then it will show all the data that you have in the graph. You can adjust things, you can add data as from this button at the top right if you want to add more data to your graph here, or you can just add a completely separate, you could just create a new chart and do that too. So that's kind of what the navigation process is of looking at your data online. I'm looking at this from a computer standpoint. They do have a new app out that is showing, that will show pretty much the same things. And you can adjust date ranges and whatnot in the app now because it's an app from the web browser. So it's a little bit more user-friendly than the previous version, which is great. And we'll show you how to download those apps, that app in another video. But this is just kind of a quick rundown of the navigation of Zentracloud, the new version of Zentracloud. So typically you'll be in your own project because I see everybody's, I have to click on this and select my project. But typically you won't have to do that. And all you'll see, if you're in the dashboards, just click on a specific um, dashboard that you want to look at, and all your charts should show up. So here we've got multiple charts here showing different data. Um, and yeah, kind of handy. So that's the rundown of the new Zentracloud.